All right, good people of Cherokee County, what's going on? Big Matt Diamond Dean is in the house. I'll move this here over here on this side and pick us up better. I hope everybody's having a good evening. It is a cool, misty evening here in the northeast corner of Alabama. Today, guys, we got a lot of fun stuff to talk about. Offensive and defensive coaches are out at Alabama, and I got the top 5 colleges in the nation that are the best and number one recruiting, and some of the high schools, Dean, that they pick from. It's going to be really interesting. I think you'll like it.
I've got college basketball, SEC mostly, and a little nationwide stuff, top 10. And we're also going to discuss if the Dallas Cowboys deserve the criticism they get. You'll find out how we feel about that.
Come back. Our local stores and that kind of stuff. So we'll start out first with Cherokee County. They went up to Alexandria yesterday and played the Valley Cubs up at Alexandria. They wound up winning that game 61-58.
Wow.
The boys, that's a good
win.
It's a good win. It's a good to travel to.
Especially there.
Yeah, to go up and travel to Valley Cubs.
Yeah.
Historic place.
Yes, definitely.
Old-timey place to go up there and play. Galesville plays hard, played a tough game. We're tied a lot of the game against JCA. Boys and girls, they didn't get the job done, though. Cedar Bluff, Spring Garden, boys and girls they went to Spring Garden. Finals were 51-34 for the boys. They held on, played them close for a little while. Girls were 65-30. You're playing the best, probably one of the best girls basketball teams in state, period.
Oh, yeah, period.
1 through 7A.
Yeah, I'd say top 5.
And then the spring,
sure.
Sandrock.
Wow.
Now, they lost to Piedmont 99, guys, to 90.
Did you see the points? Odom 38, Justice 31, St. Clair 28.
Guys, that's a high-scoring game. The girls at Sandrock did win 60-56. 60-56 for Sandrock girls. And that's kind of a look around the county and some games. Coming up, Dean, this week, Spring Garden says up next, they play Eider Friday, and then tomorrow the varsity girls will play Model. Me and Marcus want to go out there and check that one out. And the boys will be at Faith Christian Tuesday. That's Spring Garden. Cedar Bluff, Tuesday, senior night. They'll play Collinsville Panthers. And Sandrock will be at Sylvania. I think that's Tuesday night also. Gills will at Collinsville. And then Friday, and then Monday, tomorrow they're going to be at Welborn, and Cherokee County Tuesday at Fort Payne. So everybody's kind of out of town. Cedar Bluff's having their senior night.
Is this about the last week of regular? I know it's not the last week of basketball, but it's
it's getting close.
Getting close, isn't it?
Yes. Well, let's see. I think I've seen 4 or 5 more games on the schedule.
Okay, and then they'll go into the area.
Yeah,
play.
Air Championship is
Then we're back to Jacksonville.
February the 10th or 12th.
I hate to change the subject, y'all, but
we're watching 49ers Eagles. The Eagles are demolishing the Eagles.
Going on here. The Eagles are pretty good. Good. Wow.
Let's hit the comment section. Let's see what's going on over here. Keith Taubert, Eagles winning it all. He thinks that, yeah. Man Church will be going on at 6 o'clock. Yep. That's good stuff there. According to Kuiper, this is from Jeff Anderson. According to Kuiper, Richardson is probably a first-round pick, even though he's a project. We were talking about, and also
AR-15.
Yeah, we were talking about Aaron. What's going on, man? It's good to see Aaron McKenzie on here. Always good help for us during the season, getting in pictures and all kind of good stuff. Guys, make sure you tell a friend or something. Hit the darn subscribe button. It's free. It's easy. And if you like podcasts, Dean, we're on Apple Podcasts, or if you got a Samsung phones, you can find us on Spotify. It's free. I mean, you just download the app. It don't cost anything. Go to our podcast, hit it, and you can listen to us at work, going to work, while you're deer hunting,
A lot of people
whatever
do
it is you're doing.
Yeah.
While you're running around the house. Yeah, put the earbuds in and listen. It's very, it's very easy, and it's always free. And we're so appreciative. Dean, we've grown hundreds.
Yeah.
Just at the end of the year, a lot. So we're very appreciative for you guys for all that. So that was looking around some local stuff and action headed in for the week.
I thought that the regular season was fixing to come to a close.
Yeah, I think they got. I think it's 4 games, most of them. Area tournament will be February the 7th or 8th or something like that. So why would Coach Saban not take? It's a good question. So why would Coach Saban not take and hire Jeremy Pruitt as the next defense coordinator? He's already cleared by the SEC, but the NCAA is still investigating.
He may not want him. I mean, I'm not being smart.
Well,
he may just not want him.
That may be an answer. Nathan, thank you for commenting, man. Good for you to come by. I'm glad you're on the show. We're fixing to kick into some college stuff, and we're definitely going to talk about the short list for offensive and defensive coordinators. Hope everybody can hear us good. If not, type in the comments. Sound ain't good or something or whatever.
I wouldn't think that would be the case, but that could be.
That's possible. He might not just. He's already been there.
Yeah.
And
He
here's
did well.
Here's what I'll say about Pruitt. He did do good, but let's all remember this. He had good players. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, he did.
Could he do that with these not awesome players like they're going to have next year?
Right. Not as great
as the classes that he had.
Well, San Francisco's running some funky stuff here.
Well, they got no quarterback, and they just fumbled the ball again. Was that 3 turnovers today? I think it's 3.
Yeah, I like Kyle Shanahan. I'd like to see him win one, but
I grew up loving the 49ers. I began to like the Eagles because Randall Cunningham. Everybody wanted that pullover.
Right.
The starter pullovers we all had back in the day. Everybody wanted one of them. Mm-hmm. I always liked them because of him.
Yeah.
But there's no doubt, man. I mean, 49ers and Bears, Walter Payton, Joe Montana, that's our era.
Yes.
John Elway.
The 49ers.
I mean, we just like Montana because of the Dolphins. It's the only reason we like the Dolphins because of Montana, probably. Mm-hmm. I mean,
yeah.
Our parents,
Marino,
our parents would have liked him better, but we all like Miami because of Dan.
Yes, definitely.
Dan,
I did.
Here's a list. Now, y'all tell me what you think, and thank you guys. Huge Bama fan here. Nathan, roll tide to you, and I look for. Here's a list for you, Nathan. You tell me what you think.
This is coaching candidates.
Offensive coaches for Alabama. Jason Garrett. Do I need to say? I mean, I don't think he needs introduction to what he did. He's been with Saban before. He was with him at the Dolphins, 06 and 07. Saban wanted to appoint him as the offensive coach there, but he wasn't really there long enough to kind of think make things happen. Jeff Lebby, Oklahoma. Mm-hmm. That's the name. Cliff Kingsbury at Arizona.
Now, Cliff's going to sling it around a lot.
And he was at Texas Tech during the 03 for the draft. And he went to New England. He coached Johnny Manziel in college time. And he was during that A&M time. They beat Alabama 29-24 that year. He even coached Patrick Mahomes at the college level. So Kingsbury is a guy that can be a wonder worker.
Yeah, good quarterback coach for sure.
Yeah. Freddie Kitchens, Mr. Football, and Etowah 1992. Etowah Blue Devils. He don't need any introduction around here for Northeast Alabama. Everybody knows who Freddie is. He's been at the Browns and
head coach. Head coach for you.
And he's made his rounds. Is he interested in coming back and getting back into college? I don't know. I don't. He may be. Greg Roman, he was at the Ravens. He was the offensive coordinator there. He's the one to put out. And Joe Brady, he's at the Bills. He's a quarterback coach. He's 33 years old.
I'd like to see Brady come.
I would too.
But, because, I mean, I don't know if that was an isolated incident with the how great he did at LSU. But I'd like to see him come. I don't have nothing against the guys on the list, but I want Brady. I would rather have Brady.
Kingsbury wouldn't be a bad one if they're going to play Milroe. I mean, what do y'all think?
I wouldn't mind Kingsbury, but I'd rather have or Garrett. But I don't know these other two. I don't know about the only thing Kingsbury, but he likes to sling it.
Jeff says Kingsbury was a good quarterback at Texas Tech. Yeah.
I don't know much about Greg Roman.
He went in the 03 draft.
I remember him playing down there. I just never did watch him much.
Lathan says Jason Garrett would be a good one. Jeff Levy's also good. He heard that Cliff is in Thailand, and the Big 12 has that reputation for air raid offense. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They're gonna throw the ball.
I hope it's Brady.
It may depend on. It may depend on who their quarterback's going to be. But I mean, when are we? You're not really going to know who the quarterback's going to be until spring, right?
Well, I mean, I know Kingsbury likes to throw it, or he did at Texas Tech, but I would say Saban's like, look, this is not going to be an 80-20 passing offense, okay? It's not going to be 80% passing.
Yeah, and if that's his style, that may not even be something.
Right, he may not even be considered. It is, but I don't know that it is what was with the Cardinals.
Do the sound check, sorry. So it depends, too, on guys on who. With Simpson, what are we doing with him? What's Bama doing with Ty?
I guess it's going to be. I guess it'll be between him and
Milroe.
I mean, in the spring.
Yeah. I don't know.
Do they have a hot shot quarterback coming in?
Yeah.
What's his?
That guy from I think his name's on one of these lists here.
But he's not like the guy coming in at Tennessee, though, right?
No, Nico is awesome. Yeah. No, that guy's really good. Nico's #1 quarterback, and they did finally change that through 24/7 and ESPN. Guys, I'm sorry, I'm trying to hack on ESPN, but it is what it is. They just don't pay attention well. They got him ranked like 30th or something.
Mm-hmm.
How?
I don't know.
But all the other, like, on 3, you can find them on YouTube.
They got him ranked top
Josh
10.
Pate, which Josh Pate does 24/7, #1. On the list, it's 11116.
Mm-hmm.
How can 3 other sites that do this for a living, how can they have him
ranked that
1
high?
and then ESPN 300? I don't get it.
Yeah.
I just don't make sense to me.
Ain't a big. Oh, they're worried about. I mean, serious. And no offense. I know that a lot of NBA fans here, but that's all ESPN's worried about. Top headline, 3 days a week.
News.
Yeah, and they're in the regular season. They're not even in the big story on ESPN today is LeBron's foul last night.
Yeah, what happened? Fill me in on
He
that.
just went to the basket at the end of the game and thought he got fouled, and they didn't call it. But guys, I'm sorry. At the 50th game of an 82-game season, that shouldn't be your top story.
I know.
Why is that your top story? Or one of them.
There are other things to talk about. Nathan says that Jalen Milroe has potential to be the next Jalen Hurts. You think so? I hadn't seen it.
He can run.
Absolutely. Now he can run. But you see how Jalen can throw the ball, too. And I'm worried about Milroe throwing the ball. I ain't seen nothing that's just jumped off the page at me.
Yeah.
To say, wow, what
throwing
a passer.
The ball. But now he is a very good.
He's a great runner.
Great runner. I mean, he can break them. I mean, he broke out the Arkansas game.
He's got he needs to be involved in the game. Let me say, he needs to be on the line, slot receiver,
something,
tight end, something.
Even if
somewhere.
he's not going to be their quarterback.
Yes.
But he may be their quarterback.
Now, what happened to? He's asking NCAA basketball. SEC is doing all well in the challenge.
They didn't do very good in the challenge. Tennessee did.
Okay.
But Alabama, Auburn, and Kentucky. But, I mean, that's just part of it. I think the Big 12 supposedly is better than the SEC in basketball.
Break us down on some college basketball then while we're talking about it. Top 10 or?
Okay, I got it right here.
Now, Bama did lose. Oklahoma shot well, and Alabama did not. And that's what happens when you play a shooter team. That's kind of what happens.
Well, Kansas is ranked number 9, and Brian Knapp, our esteemed colleague and field reporter, said that there has been cries for them to get rid of their coach.
Oates?
No, talking about Kansas, Bill Self.
Oh.
No, not Oates.
Oh, okay.
But as of right now, which this is fixing to change because Alabama got beaten, Tennessee won, it's Purdue, Alabama, Houston, Tennessee 4, Kansas State 5, Arizona, Virginia, UCLA, who I like, Kansas, and Texas. Now, that is going to change because Alabama got beat yesterday by Oklahoma, and Tennessee is going to probably move up to 3. Wow. They beat Texas, and Kansas won, so they're going to move up. quickly, Matt. Auburn lost to West Virginia, 80-77.
Did you watch any of that one?
I saw the end of it.
I didn't see
They had a 3-point shot at it, and he missed it, but it would have went into overtime. They beat Texas A&M earlier in the week. This week they got Auburn, and they got Tennessee Saturday. That'll be a big one. At Tennessee. Tennessee going to be number 3 in the country. Kentucky lost to Kansas yesterday. They beat Vanderbilt and Texas A&M. No, they beat Vanderbilt this week. All right, and they got Ole Miss in Florida coming up. Alabama beat Mississippi State Wednesday and lost to Oklahoma. Did you see what Oklahoma shot? They shot 70%.
70%. That's what you told me. Wow. I don't care who you are. If they're playing the Lakers, I believe Oklahoma probably wins with 70%.
And, you keep playing. I mean, you play 30 ball games. You're going to lose some, but they lost. This week they've got Vandy and LSU, and that's pretty much where we stand.
Alabama got Vandy and LSU this week.
Vandy and LSU.
LSU's played good. They've been playing good.
Yeah, and Vandy.
Their girls are good. LSU.
LSU's girls are good.
Yeah, I've seen some. I go through Instagram, and they're on there a lot. How good they are.
This is the big game right here. Huh? But we've still got a team in the top 3. Top 2 in the top 5, Alabama and Tennessee. They're going to be in the top 5. I don't think Alabama would drop from 2 to
10.
10.
Maybe 5.
Maybe 5.
Yeah, don't give up hope yet.
But I think, personally,
Nathan,
I think UCLA is very good, and I think Purdue is too.
Yes.
Because Purdue's got that big guy. I mean, I can't nobody.
Well, I don't know who's going to stop him.
They're about 7-4.
Yes, and
They've lost 1 game. There's a good player right there, Travis Kelce.
And at Alexandria, by the way, Cherokee County won the varsity boys for winning FNN's 2022-23 basketball battle for the belt. They get a belt there from FNN's.
Did they?
Jacobs put something together there for them to.
I saw where they lost a heartbreaker by 1.
Yeah, lost
They've
in
had
overtime.
3 games in a row that have just been.
They lost in overtime to Etowah.
It'd be hard to go through as a coach. A 2-point win against Sand Rock, a 1-point loss against Etowah, and a 3-point win against Alexandria. That's a emotional week.
And don't forget, Odom, 3,000 points. Congratulations to
3,000, not 2,000.
3,000.
3,000. Alex Odom.
Alex Odom over at Piedmont. He'll be playing for your JSU Gamecocks. What
does that put him at state-wise? State-wise. I mean, I wonder what the scoring. I mean, if anybody knows, please tell us. That's 3,000's a lot.
Okay. Yes, thank you, Cam Welch. Cam's doing he's signing tomorrow at 1:00 at the gym over at Spring Garden. Of course, he's going to Berry and play baseball. And Caden, I want to share this too. Our local guys, give some love to them. He's going to be playing over at Belhaven. It's in Jackson, Mississippi.
Okay.
College there. They're prevalent in their what they do. I mean, they don't just get beat all the time, or they're not some slumpy dumpy team to play over there in the division. So he's going to go continue his career.
I think he could. He's got the height, and he can shoot good.
Yeah, congratulations to him. I mean, you go to get to the next level. I don't care what you did in.
Yeah,
you're getting to go play.
Yeah.
Congratulations to all the kids. Him signed tomorrow for Barry and Caden.
I would think that at some point somebody might sign St. Clair. Yeah,
somebody's. He's got people looking at him, and while we sitting there talking to Alan, he messaged somebody at Sneed. At Sneed.
They never saw him play, and you almost like, why? Yeah. Why do you not? I mean, but who knows? They may have a. Hey, we're recruiting all Northwest Alabama.
This area, yeah.
So
I want to try to do some recruiting, and shout out to Coach Lewis, Matt Gadsden State. I like to do some recruiting for them. Come on and be a Cardinal. And I think we got a lot to offer right here in this area. There's a lot of basketball players that are good. They could go into your school, get some of their little stuff knocked out of the way, and then go on maybe to a 4-year school. Or if they don't, that's fine too. My son's got at Wallace, and Coach Smith's son's at Wallace too. He's up there playing baseball, and Marcus is taking robotics. There's a lot to offer out there.
That's in Hansville, right?
Yeah, I'd like to see Gadsden State get involved in that. We got an arena right here. We got fields right behind it.
Oh yeah,
It's there for the
perfect spot.
taking, and I'm trying
Good
to
gym.
like to get my name in the hat for that.
Great gym.
Yeah,
It's not a lot nicer than the one at Gadsden State.
yeah. This is new out here.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Now I love the one at Gadsden State
Yeah.
because it brings back memories. You
Yes.
know, but they used to play all their intramural. I don't even know if they have intramural ball at Gadsden State anymore. I'm sure they do.
yes, they still play out there like G League stuff.
Yeah.
Johnny and them when they was playing.
That's where they play at Gadsden
Brick Boy
State.
does some videos out there.
Okay.
I've seen that.
That's
So
probably some good basketball.
So congrats to our guys, and we'll be at Spring Garden tomorrow night. We're gonna go see the game, so I may not get to come at 1 and then have to come home and then go back at 5. I don't want to stay out there for 4 hours.
Right, no.
Coach Howard, he's a lot of fun to talk to.
Well, you can go to Golden or China Doll. Is that
Hang
what
around,
it is?
Eat 2 or 3 meals, hang
Yeah.
out 4 hours.
It's pretty good.
It is good. Top 5 states, guys.
Yeah,
This
sounds pretty interesting.
is going to be interesting. Hang on there with us, and thank you guys again for stopping by the Matt Todd Show. We're on Sundays at 5 through the cool time of year because the sun goes down it gets dark at 4. So thank y'all for coming by. Okay, Wednesday, February 1st is signing day. So if you got any studs out there on the list that are waiting to come, all the kids are signed. But this is over the past 5 years. So we're going to collect for the past 5 years, 2019 to today, the top 5 colleges in the nation. Who are the top 5 colleges, and who are some of those high schools that those top 5? Who do they get their kids from?
Where are they getting?
Number 5 on the list, Alabama.
Okay.
They're not number 1. The state of Alabama. This ain't Bama, Alabama University. This is Alabama. The state of Alabama, 50% in-state talent of ESPN's 300. They retain about half of it. 18 this year and 66 for the past 5 years. The in-state talent has been here. The top 5 guys in-state, Clemson got 2. They got Peter Woods, defensive tackle from Thompson. We know who those guys are.
Yeah.
And then the Verena, the quarterback from Briarwood Christian. I've seen stuff on him. And then the Russo, a linebacker from Carver High School. And then James Smith, a tackle from Carver High School. A.J. Harris, a corner from Central Phoenix. Tennessee and Ole Miss also get into Alabama high schools.
Right.
And also get good players. Notable high school in Alabama, Central Phoenix. Harris is there now. Had went to Georgia, and the English kid that went to Michigan, and Parker's gone to Clemson. And these guys played at Central Phoenix City.
All 3 played at Central Phoenix City.
So that's your
Right.
one of your top schools. And Thompson and Central Phoenix and those guys. Auburn High School.
Yes, that's probably the top 3 as far as kids going somewhere, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Number 4 on the list, the Golden State, with a population of 40 million. 40 million people live in California.
Really?
30 plus ESPN 300 players from 2013 to 2019. In the past year, it's been 23. The QB, Rashada, that hadn't signed yet, there's a big controversy.
Yeah, I saw that.
13 million, didn't get his deal.
Yeah.
Okay, he's from California. Wide receiver Dickey is going to Oregon. He's from California. Nico, quarterback's going to Tennessee, California guy. Malik Nelson, I've watched stuff with him. He's a quarterback. I covered him back last year. He's a quarterback going to USC. Nelson, keep your eyes open for him. And then their receiver will be Lemon. He's also from California. Oregon State and Washington also do well
In California.
They also.
I do with it, but Nebraska, in their heyday, did good in California. Got a lot of players.
Well, it's just such a big state. I mean, how many did I say? 40 million people?
Oh gosh, there's
40 million people.
500 towns the size of Gadsden, and
Do you happen to watch the viral video concerning the AD and the press?
California.
Yes, we're going to talk about Ed Reed. There's a lot of more stuff going on. We're going to get into that after this. I mentioned the rah-rah last week transferring to Georgia. Now
he
he's
also
transferring
got
to
arrested. Where's he transferring to now?
prison. That's what Jeff said.
Oh, well, abuse. He might not. And there Mitchell takes off. I mean, I don't know.
What
AD
happened there?
Mitchell, He got arrested for abuse, or was it Ask?
Yeah.
I think it was. Give me a look it up. Is it Rah Thomas?
Yeah. So he got in trouble. And speaking of Georgia,
While you're doing that.
with a population of 10 million, the Peachtree State, the Peach State, State of the Peaches, the home of prime time, that played at the Falcons and played Braves baseball, the top producer per talent per population in the nation. Per talent per population, Georgia.
In the nation.
Yes.
Per talent, per capita.
Yes.
Georgia's the best. I don't doubt that'll be it.
Was only 2 behind with 30 kids to the NFL's Texas. The amount of kids from the state of Georgia and Texas, Georgia's 2 behind, and Texas is 5 times bigger than Georgia.
Really?
Only 2 players difference. 5 Power 5 programs in the state. 27 top 300 in the 2023. Downs, of course, we know who he is. Got Downs safety. He's going to Alabama. The Haynes kid, the running back, he's going to Bama. The Longren, the quarterback, he's the one I was telling you about earlier. He's going to Alabama. He's from Georgia. And Burley, defensive tackle, he's going to Clemson. C.J. Allen, inside linebacker from Georgia, is going to in-state.
That's the one you said was awesome. I'm not trying to
yeah, he's
interrupt.
good. He played it.
Yeah.
What
What did we say? He
Temple?
played Wisconsin. Temple.
Temple. I don't, guys.
Yeah. Yeah, he texted me earlier and said, this guy's amazing.
He's amazing.
And,
Tennessee also recruits the state of Georgia very well.
right.
And so does the college Clemson. Clemson also digs off into Georgia
boy, they do
too.
get some stuff
14 of the top kids in the state out of the hundreds. Georgia Tech coach Key is he's the new coach. He's from Georgia. And guess who the number 1 high school is in Georgia?
I'm just guessing. Is it Collins Hill?
No.
It's not.
It's a really simple one that when I tell you, you're going to go, why, sure.
Oh, okay. Let me think.
But there's
Grayson.
a lot. Yes.
Okay.
It's Grayson.
Grayson.
Go look them up.
Roswell. You got Buford. I mean, it's just. Hey.
Mills Creek.
Oh gosh, Carrollton. Cedartown. Griffin.
Lane Kiffin wasn't Carrollton this week too.
I had you remember William Strickland? We called him Wayne Chung, preacher. He lived in Griffin, so I went to see him one day, and we were riding around Griffin. We got to talk about their football talent. And he said, look up how many guys from Griffin's played pro ball. I thought, this is the size of Rome. 20.
20?
Yes. From Griffin High School. So, there's some, Georgia's different.
It's something
there's some football players.
It's something in the chicken. The next state, 30 million population. Lone Star State. Texas, the most consistent state of all. Arch Manning, he'll be going to play at Texas Longhorns. Oklahoma State also do well here. The state had 49 ESPN 300 players, 226 for the past 5 years.
Wow.
Jackson Arnold, QB, he's going to Oklahoma. Hicks, defensive tackle, he's going to A&M. Keep your eyes on this kid. He's really good. And Hill, a linebacker, he's going to Texas. Bowman, the safety, to Oklahoma. Cook, the second, remember I was talking about him, wide receiver, he's going to Texas. Nebraska does well in Texas.
Right.
Oklahoma State does too. And their top high school in the state, I had no clue. And I
wouldn't have a clue either.
It ain't the ones you think.
What is it?
This team has only won like a couple of state championships. Maybe it's been their first this year. Duncanville High School.
That's where most of the studs come from.
Yes. Duncanville High School is a key school in the state. They beat North Shore 28-21 for their first state title in December. They have 4,500 students.
Wow. Oh my gosh.
They're 6A in Texas.
Oh, they're only a 6A, or is there only 6 classes in Texas?
I think they're 7.
Okay. 4,500?
Yeah, 9 through 12.
It's bigger than Center.
Well, God, yeah. This is like Carrollton Mills Creek size.
No, I'm talking about it's bigger than the town of Center. Is there 4,500 people in Center?
Oh, yeah.
My gosh.
2% are white and 52% Hispanic and 43% African American.
Wow. And that's Duncanville,
Duncanville.
Texas.
They got some dudes. Obviously.
Wow. And Oklahoma and Oklahoma State get a lot of guys out of
Sure,
Texas. Yeah. That doesn't shock me. I figured Kansas and Iowa and some of them did too.
Their population, being as big as California, 40 million people, 40 million.
That's unreal.
But Georgia, to be 4 times smaller, 10 million people, but we're only two kids away from tying Texas and how many they put in the NFL as a state.
That's amazing.
Georgia's like this, and they put in 52 NFL players. Texas is this big, and they put in 54.
Right.
That don't make no sense.
25% of our nation lives in Texas and California.
Yeah.
Or 20%. Wow.
And by per capita, Georgia's
has better.
Their high school puts out good prospects.
I know Louisiana is very high on the per capita.
I thought they would be in this 5.
I thought they would be too.
Know who number 1 is?
It's got to be Flo Rida.
Flo Rida. He does put out good music.
Yeah, he does.
The Sunshine State, Dean. 22 million population. 61 of the ESPN 300 from 2023. 235 for the past 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
Ryan Wilson, outside linebacker, Lincoln High to Georgia. Desmond Ricks, cornerback, Bama, played IMG. North Carolina State does well here. Georgia does too.
North Carolina State.
The Carter kid and Minshew, they're all from Florida.
Mm-hmm.
Fort Lauderdale is the top high school, which is a school in Florida that everybody knows. Anybody got a guess? I'll give some people a guess for
top high school.
This is the top high school in Florida that feeds the state the most athletes to the state of Florida. And this is not Florida Gators. Now, this is the top 5 list. This is the number 1 state in the nation.
Did we talk about it earlier? Do you want me to say it?
No, we hadn't talked about it.
Oh, we have not. I was talking about Northwestern earlier.
Yeah, no, it's a big school. Big.
Oh, really? Bigger than them?
Oh,
wow. Okay, what is it?
St. Thomas Aquinas.
Oh, gosh.
Of course. St. Thomas.
Yeah.
1936. They kind of kicked the doors open down there. Number 1 guy is a guy named King Mack. He's going to Penn State as a safety. He's 5'11", 180 pounds. He beat Homestead, his team did, 38-21, December the 16th, for their 4 in a row championships. 14 total. They started
14 total.
1992 was their first. They have a little over 2,000 students. 47% African American, most in the NFL, with 15 since the 2018 draft.
St. Thomas Aquinas.
Yes.
15.
Yeah. That don't make sense. 15 since 2018.
Now, what's their schools? They're a 6A, 7A?
Here's some
I'll
players.
read up on them. Yeah,
here's some players. Joey Bosa, St. Thomas.
Pretty good.
Geno Atkins, 8-time Pro Bowler. Michael Irvin, Hall of Fame.
Yeah, he did all right.
Tuition's about $12,250 a year. In 2005, they had the top athletes in the nation.
Wow.
2011, they were voted by Max Preps as number 1 in the nation.
Yeah, I'd just forgotten about him. I've heard a lot of great things about him.
Swimming, 8-time state champs. Last time they won it was in 2004. They hadn't won it here recently. The girls' track and field, they just won it 2 years ago, and they've won 15 state championships.
Wow.
So, girls, if you like to run track, it's high school for you.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You win state championships.
Yeah, St. Thomas.
St. Thomas Aquinas. A-Q-U-I-N-A-S.
I don't know if it's pronounced Aquinas or Aquinas. I've
I
heard
call it
both.
Aquinas. That's what I say. Well, I'm kind of country.
Aquinas. I don't know.
It was started by, I didn't write this down. I ain't going to go into, but it's a nun school, a Catholic lady.
Yeah.
1900, come down there, had like 20, 30 students.
1,500.
Yeah.
Let me look at something here. You got me interested in that.
That's St. Thomas Aquinas. They are in Florida, and they are one of the top high schools for the state of Florida for pumping out to create Florida to be the number 1 state in the nation.
I will say this, and what's amazing, even more amazing about that, and I've had people that live there tell me, and you might have been with me when they told us, the Panhandle, northern Florida, they say that
Yeah.
It's not overly talented. So most of it's from north, it's
Orlando.
just outside of the Panhandle, below the Panhandle.
Yeah. From Orlando area.
Down to Miami.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, no, they're not. Yes, there's talent in the Panhandle.
Yeah.
But they say it's not like it is
It's just different.
in South Florida.
And speaking of that, being around that area, there's another school in that Fort Lauderdale or Daytona area, Bethune-Cookman.
Right.
Smaller school. And the team I just told you had won the state championship. The other team they beat, their quarterback, I got to looking at him, he's really good. Now, his mom went on a podcast. Y'all can find it. It's all over YouTube everywhere. There's 100 different podcasts.
No, yeah.
His mom goes on a YouTube channel to call out the basketball coach / athletic director at Bethune-Cookman, saying that he's a piece of crap. He's a liar, and everything Ed said is true, and much, much more. And her son was on the team that King Mack won the state title.
Right,
he was on the Northeastern team or whatever it was that lost. He was her son's a quarterback on that team, and he was wanting to come to Bethune.
But
Probably a great pickup. No,
Oh gosh, yeah, you know it would have been.
he was coming to play for Ed.
They played the same. I think Cooper played down there at Northwestern. I think. I know Cooper played somewhere in Florida. Amari Cooper. And
So the more that comes out,
Calvin Ridley too. I think
the story with Ed Reed is just being pronounced more and more correct over time and time and time. Everything he was saying was right. He didn't say it the right way,
but he's not lying.
no. And he didn't even tell all. He come on again on another show, this older black gentleman that does a podcast, and they went back to the money that Bethune has been given. $60 million. They had this $20 million equity in these terms. $20 million in it for COVID, storm, whatever. They tore buildings down.
$60 million.
No practice fields. They have to share helmets. Their clothes have mold on them. They
No
don't have
dressing room, right?
They don't have a dressing room. They don't have a place to shower. They don't have a place to clothes. They have to put all their clothes in a bag and drive downtown to the laundromat. Cedar Bluff High School has a darn washer and dryer.
Yes, they do.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, they do.
What are they doing with the money? Well, we know what the answer to that is. It's a
60
rhetorical
million.
question.
That's a lot of money.
Millions and millions and millions are going in the pockets of these cats that are running these HBCUs, and it's just sickening.
That's pretty bad.
Out of all the media attention that we get, that we try to give to minorities, American Indians, Mexican Americans, African Americans that are here in the country, that are low income, whatever, this is the press that has been given now. Guys, y'all better fix it.
That's pretty bad, huh?
They better fix it.
That's stuff like we heard about Mississippi Valley, 40 years ago, though.
It ain't never
40
got
years
better.
ago. Yeah.
They're pocketing this money, and these cats are just getting rich, and they're doing it. And plus, they get tuition. But then kids pay to go to school there. I mean, it's not like they go for free.
So you can probably double that $60 million.
I don't, man. I'm just. It bothers me because
And they don't. Well, what is their stadium like?
It's a dump.
Okay. I mean, I know the grounds are, but the actual stadium, I wonder what it's like.
Ed had already talked to Shaq. Shaq was fixing to write a check for millions. Shaquille O'Neal. Shaq does more than most people know. He gives a lot.
But he couldn't play today.
But Shaq don't.
That was
He don't talk about it.
right.
He don't, because he don't care. He said, that's not why I do it. God give me all this. What am I going to do with it?
Right.
He's a billionaire.
Oh, yeah.
And he's invested. All the music. Like, I'm pretty sure he owns Elvis and Beatle music.
Oh, yeah.
He does.
Yeah, he's rich, dude. I like Shaq.
I do too. I loved watching him play at LSU. I got his LSU rookie card.
He couldn't handle today.
I got it right there. I got it right here. His LSU rookie card.
You're not going to respond to that, are you?
What? He couldn't. No,
He
there's
couldn't
no response
play
for
today.
that.
He
No,
couldn't
I'm not
play
even
today.
going to answer that question.
He couldn't. Everybody saw your little, whoever your post was that KD and LeBron would smoke Kobe and Shaq.
Everybody laughed. No, nobody said all that.
Oh, did you get any?
No.
Okay.
Nobody,
I mean, we don't need to delve into that, but he didn't get a lot of thumbs up on that.
No. Everybody just laughed.
Okay. I mean, they beat him some games, I'm sure.
Yeah, but 8 out of 10, I'm going to pick Shaq and Kobe.
Yeah, but if they had to play the best out of 7 series,
Shaq is the best big man I've ever seen him play.
Yeah, he's
ever.
good. He's good.
Now, I've only watched since early 90s, college and NBA basketball.
And speaking of, and we won't get into it, the LeBron James stuff, I'm talking about last night, but he is getting very close on the, I think he's 200-300 points away from
beating
Kareem. And he'll do it, barring some injury.
But does that make him, it don't change him in my eyes.
Not about that. His longevity, he's been the greatest the longest to me. He's been the greatest player for the longest period of time.
LeBron should get a award for being the best longevity player to ever play.
Oh, yes, definitely.
He's taking care of himself.
And he's still scoring 40.
He's done things the right way. I mean, what else do you want from him?
I mean, even Kareem wasn't scoring a lot there towards the end.
Yeah, I mean, what else do you want from the guy?
Yeah.
They fix to come out on the field here.
Yeah, I just thought that was...
That's some Ed Reed news. It's out there.
Pretty interesting.
Maybe good Lord will bless the situation, and and Bethune will do the right thing. Good luck finding a coach. And Ed still wants to come.
But they're done with him. They're not going to hire him.
Well, they ain't going to get nobody better.
Yeah.
They better hire him. They better fire the AD.
They may end up.
They fire the AD basketball coach and hire Ed. Guys, he had a Instagram live. He had Shaq and these other guys, millionaires, on I didn't even see who all was on there. These guys are wanting to give money to Bethune. Millionaires.
It's just not happening.
Other guys he played with in the NFL wanting to give money. I would fire my AD and hire Ed. And say, Ed, you can be the AD/head coach. Bring in all the money you want to. Fix our college. And if I was the president, I'd just sit back and let him do and fix it all up real nice and pretty.
Right.
What you got to lose? You've already lost all face. Without Ed coming back on campus and probably hiring him, none of those kids are coming.
Right.
Mama done said, probably the best recruit they were going to get, that quarterback from Northeastern there, he's the best player he's going to get. He ain't coming.
Right.
She said if Ed comes back, he can go. And the water boy that was there, go back and find that video. He said it's disgusting.
Really?
The thing they said that.
Oh yeah, I heard the water boy. I saw something.
They store their pads up the road at a U-Haul storage center. They don't even have anywhere to put it. They have to change in their out of their practice clothes behind a building as big as this room. What is this? Pee Wee football? Charles Lady down here at Cedar Bluff?
Yeah.
That's what me.
I don't even think they had to do stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, when we
every now and then.
Yeah, when we'd go to Collinsville or Gaston and play.
Yeah. Man, I can remember getting ready in some, but we're talking high school ball.
Yeah.
In some rough places, and likewise us. A lot of times the teams had to go get dressed in the
that little
basketball locker rooms.
You know that little room there going out the gate on the left? I remember visiting teams going in there.
Yeah.
But it was somewhere to go.
Yes.
But I do remember changing. It's like I remember changing at Collinsville.
But we changed in the house at Raglan one time, but it was nice.
Take your pants with the pads in them. I took them off and we stood in our underwear for just a minute. And we had blue jeans laying there in a bag and you just put them. It wasn't a big deal. I mean,
Right.
But we're talking about high school kids, and there's just.
Yeah, that's 1A high school ball.
There's too much.
30 years ago.
Too much money out there to be had now for these young men out of college to be on the same level I was in 1985.
Right. Playing Pee Wee.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's silly.
Well, see, I heard the Jerry Rice stories, but that was 1982.
Yeah.
That's 40 years ago.
We were changing about the same way they were, probably.
He's like, we had one dryer, or we got dressed in something you would think would be a high school locker room. I mean, but like I said, that's Mississippi Valley, poor college there, and that's 40 years ago. 40 years ago.
So all this Ed Reed, it's going to shake out and turn around. It's going to be in the news for a while, so y'all just click on any kind of thing. Reggie Theus, the AD at BC, played NCAA basketball at UNLV. He's under target. He's in some kind of trouble.
We are winding up middle school basketball this week. I know that a lot of people around here are like, what? Yeah, middle school. Still going on in Georgia.
Alabama's going to play.
Week. They're done by Christmas, right? Or maybe the first week of January.
I know my niece, she plays at Hope's Bluff. February 4th or 5th or something.
Yeah.
Coach Evan.
Oh, they're still. Okay.
Yeah. They had a few games left to play. While we're getting into NFL, and I got breakdown for South Carolina and Auburn, some recruiting stuff for them.
Okay.
Let's talk about the.
Oh, I was going to talk about one more thing before.
Yeah.
Before this, I didn't tell you about this, but this guys, and listen to me, and Matt agrees. Just Damar Hamlin's alive.
Oh. Yeah, guys, don't
fall for that. There's a rumor going around that he's dead.
Yeah, that wasn't him at the game. He's throwing up, Illuminati signs, and that's a body double. Why did he wear a mask inside the whole time? I don't know. A lot of kids do that. These young athletes dress in these big coats and these ninja masks. It's just how they dress.
Well, I mean, if somebody's pretending to be him, they've got a long life ahead of them. And I will assure you that he is alive. But my main topic, and this is what me and Matt was going to discuss shortly, was, or not for a long period of time, it's too much pressure put on the Cowboys. Do they receive too much criticism?
Guys,
I'm saying yes.
Dallas Cowboys, do they get too much pressure, or they assume that everybody thinks they're going to be good, and then when it don't turn out the best, then they're terrible?
Yeah, they're terrible. We need to get rid of the coaches, get rid of Prescott. We need to get rid of Ezekiel Elliott.
Thank you, Jeff, for that news.
What's your thoughts on that? I don't think they are.
Her county facilities are better than Boston College. Probably. I said that AD and the president are going to look for a new coach, and it's not going to be Reed. Well, good luck finding one. Going in that mess. Dallas Cowboys.
What do you think? My thoughts are they're not underachieving. I mean, let's be for real. They went to San Francisco. Most of the time, the home teams win these ball games. They only lost by a touchdown. They're jumping on them over this last play. They were on the 25-yard line. Everybody from San Francisco's backed up. What does it matter what you run? Prescott can't throw it from the 25 to the end zone. I mean, it's just stupidness constantly against the Dallas Cowboys.
But here's why.
Because they're America's team.
Yes. Nobody else, I told you this for the show, nobody else in the country, the San Diego Chargers, the Cleveland Browns, the New York Giants, Jacksonville Jaguars, and other teams.
Right. Even when they're good.
Indianapolis Colts. Mm-hmm. Don't have that magnifying glass. It's because of the legacy that they have.
Right.
And I'm not trying to be a homer, but they're kind of like the Alabama. They're the big dynasty of pro football. Mm-hmm. Staubach and
Danny White, Tony Dorsett, Emmett, Troy Aikman.
I mean, the list is huge. And the guys that played there, Michael Irvin, they're superstars.
Right.
They're just so magnified. Mm-hmm. So people, it's the media's fault. They pump it when they come in. Everybody except Stephen A. Stephen A. don't. He hates Dallas.
Yeah, he hates him.
He likes giving.
Talks terrible about it.
I
like Stephen A. But he talks terrible about it.
He loves giving Irvin a hard time. They're buddies.
Right.
So he loves poking him about it. Yeah. They're just magnified under such a high magnification. Kickoff for the Chiefs and the Bengals.
Chiefs
and
the Bengals. Run it back. He's gone.
Oh my God, he's broken.
Oh, never mind.
I'm sorry, podcast.
It's probably hard to run a kickoff back in a pro game.
Podcast listeners are like, what? I was watching it. I was watching it Sunday. He didn't do that. Dallas is just under a lot of scrutiny.
I just think they're under too much scrutiny. And I don't think that losing to San Francisco by a touchdown in San Francisco is that bad.
Well, that may have been true. But let me add now, let me return the question to you. Mm-hmm. Now, how do you feel about that game, seeing what you just saw with Philadelphia?
Well, that's a good point.
Now, how does that sound?
It don't help them.
Because Philadelphia just run the 49.
But whoever the home team wins these games. Don't be shocked if Kansas City blows Cincinnati off the field. I don't know that they will.
No, I don't.
But don't be shocked.
And
why do the home teams win all the games?
It helps. I guess just being comfortable where you're at or what you're doing, I assume.
And why do they get all the calls?
That's always been that way.
Give me a referee that don't call for the home team. I mean, there's no sense in it. But I will say this, and I think that game was in Los Angeles last night when the foul didn't get called for James.
So, I guess to answer the question and I'm always devil's advocate. Todd brings up questions, and he's going to play out. He takes up for everybody. That's his style.
Yeah.
And I may not even agree with what I'm saying.
Right. I won't take up for him.
But I'll be the opposite because I'm a lawyer just that way. And I'll say, here's why that may be.
Right, right.
I do agree that they are under too much scrutiny.
Yes.
Well, I mean, what do you...
Because Dak Prescott's not even a top 5 quarterback.
They just built him up so much, man. You've seen him on he does shaving commercials and foot doctor commercials, and he even does commercials for Average Joe Sports Talk. I don't know. He's everywhere.
And their running back got hurt in the game, too.
Yeah, and like today, 49ers...
the quarterback got hurt.
Purdy goes out. That probably cost them the game.
That hurt them. Well, we saw it was 21-7, and they had a terrible call.
And
Philadelphia scored. I'm not saying San Francisco would have come back and won.
And Purdy don't play defense. 49ers defense did not answer the bell today.
No. It was a tough. Philadelphia's good. They've been good all year.
Downfield threats were high today. Jalen exposed some of those. Their guys are fast off the ends. You got Devontae Smith. One Heisman, Alabama. Okay, and the guy on the other side, big tall guy, just come in with him.
A.J. Brown.
Yes, he's great.
It's Brown.
Yeah, he's good, man. These guys are burners. He's just throwing up lobs. CD's down the sideline.
Yeah, they didn't rush. He didn't have to throw much. They ran the ball. Who's this right here?
Icky Woods.
It ain't Mixon.
Oh, he's got a broke hip.
Oh, that guy's hurt.
Yeah, he hurt his neck.
Oh, Lord.
Well.
Oh, that's Perrine.
First P. Ryan played it.
Oklahoma. There's one that played it.
He is good.
So, yeah.
His name come up a lot during the games.
But that was it. I think they received too much criticism.
They do. They're just not elite. The Dallas Cowboys are not. The Chiefs are where it's at right now because of who their coach is, man. I think it has to do, and if we want to get into why.
I don't think their coach is bad.
And we could do a segment on this, but I just don't think he's a good coach. Yeah. Dallas has been on the run. Well, since Garrett, how long has he been gone from there?
2.
Yeah, this is his second
2
season.
or 3.
So I didn't think he was great there when he was there. Really,
maybe a hard place to coach.
They get the players because they're Dallas, and who's the guy that calls the offense that played at Boise State?
Kellen Moore.
See,
I hadn't heard his name brought up once.
I put him on my list. I made a list for Auburn. Remember back weeks ago, I had a list for Auburn coaches, and I had like 10 guys, and he was on my list.
I'm talking about on this criticism. It's Dak, it's McCarthy, but not Moore who calls the plays.
He calls the offense
and runs it.
I thought he'd be in candidation for an offensive job out of college if he wanted to, but
I figured he'd
be a head coach.
Yeah.
Right. See if he may want to step.
Dan Quinn wants to stay at Dallas. He actually is going to stay at Dallas.
Well,
that came out the other day.
I look for the Cowboys to be about the same next year.
I mean, they're going to have to add somebody, maybe another receiver. They got C.D. Lamb, but they may need another big time. They've got good receivers, but I'm talking about just a game breaker.
Yeah. And who is there?
I don't know.
Atkins kid, USC.
I don't know.
What's his name? Come from Pitt.
Oh yeah, Addison. Yeah.
Yeah.
It could be. I don't know.
Is he a
the
game
free
changer?
agents. We don't know. Maybe not.
Well, Williams will be out next year. He'll come out next year as a quarterback.
Yeah.
Eventually, sometime, you're going to have to start thinking about moving on. Aaron Rodgers is in the news this week. He's your favorite guy. Tell me about what you heard about him.
Well, he's not deciding on his retirement yet, but he may hang it up. And I would say that his coach would really want him to move on.
1 Super Bowl and 4 MVPs, and it's been 10 years, 8 years since the Super Bowl.
Man, I think he's hard to deal with, too.
Well, they all are. They're all glamour queens. These quarterbacks are all overpaid.
Kyler Murray being the hardest to deal with.
He just wants to go home and play video games. Good. Then go get a job at 7-Eleven, and you can go home and play video games and eat Fruit Loops all day. And
he's arguing with Kingsbury about on what plays to run.
I'm
sorry, y'all. I know some of you fans are going to be like, he don't know more than his coach.
No.
Kyler Murray does not know more than his offensive coach.
Not this offensive coach.
No.
Kingsbury's great.
It's pro football.
I'd love to have him in Alabama.
I think he's the most hated teammate and player in the NFL, and I think Aaron Rodgers is second. That's just me.
Yeah, he's hard. Billy Boyd, what is up? He's our dancing crazy man from up on the mountain. He hated to see San Francisco lose. Yes, I did too.
Yeah, I wanted Shanahan to win one. I like McCaffrey. And
I mean, you can see the
Debo
49ers
Samuel.
flag, and we're fans of all. I got the Saints flag. Seattle I used to like,
Yeah, I used to like them.
Raiders. I like the old school Raiders stuff. When they was out in
Oakland. Yeah, I'm not real big on the Las Vegas Raiders.
They're different. This Chiefs, dude, the Chiefs defense, that's what's going to happen a lot today. Look, see that?
Oh, my gosh.
Did you see that? Dude, I'm telling you, these guys are...
Fire the offensive coordinator.
These guys are great. That's why they're saying, like, well, Mahomes is probably going to be limping. He's not going to be good. Joe Burrow's on fire. Yes, 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 and yes. But Claire and what's his name? 95 there? What's his name? Jones?
Chris Jones.
He's amazing. Yeah. This guy's an animal.
That's Jones.
It is. 95. He's crazy good, man. These Chiefs defense is tough. You want to see Jalen Hurts going to get in trouble? These boys right here, if the Chiefs win today, they're going to give Jalen Hurts a lot of trouble.
Yeah. I'm going to go on and pick them to win it.
Think they win it
all?
all?
Win it all, yeah.
I couldn't disagree with that very much. Now, next week, we'll know more. This week, definitely the Philadelphia's going to play one of these.
And there was one more thing I had to tell you that was pretty good, and I cannot remember for the life of me what it was. It was something about a trade or retirement. Nah, never mind.
But Aaron Rodgers has spoke out, and Aaron's going to go down as one of the greats.
Oh, he is.
He's great.
He is.
He's different. I've watched interviews with him on Barstool Sports. If you're interested in that, go find Barstool here and the other guy in the background that sits and eats ice cream while they interview. It's hilarious.
I think he met his match with LaFleur, though.
Hilarious.
I think he...
Aaron is different. And
I think he probably told me, he goes, you ain't going to tell me what to do. I don't care who you are. You
he likes yoga.
You converting, yoga, whatever you are. I mean, no, you're not. I'm just guessing.
He likes yoga, and he likes tripping on peyote, and he's into that peaceful homage stuff. That's good. Makes him feel better. Hey, more power to him.
I mean, I don't think he cares about that. I think it's just, I don't know.
He's great. He's going to go down as one of the good ones.
Yeah, he is.
But are easy.
He should.
One Super Bowl.
I mean, I get tired of them going on and on about it.
One Super Bowl.
They go on and on about it. I mean, ESPN goes on about him like he's Jesus Christ.
Well, and the thing that got him in a lot of stink, the vaccination stuff that come up in his conversation.
He lied about it.
And he said, well, I just, I done my own thing. And I applaud anybody that...
Yeah, but he should have been straightforward.
I applaud anybody that'll stand up for themselves saying, I'm not taking that. I don't know enough about it. And until I know more, I'm going to just be wary right now. That's how I was. I'm just too wary. There's so many people falling out and passing out, and we don't know what's going on. There's a lot of more people... Weird things are happening to a lot more people. And he was just being safe, and it's his body, so, hey, let him do. I don't care what he does. Rumor mill has Rodgers going to the Jets. I have heard that. Kellen Moore played, we talked about him.
What did they say about Kellen Moore?
He was at Boise. McCarthy won't succeed because of Jerry Jones. Yeah, that may be the problem.
He could be, but I don't know.
Jerry's he's hard to get along with, man. I've read a lot of that.
McCarthy, he 25-11 there? I mean... Pretty good record.
Yeah. He didn't like that camera in his face the other day, did he?
McCarthy.
Still camera guy.
He gets a hard time when they are doing good.
Well, they do.
They just give credit to Quinn and Moore. And when they do bad,
it's his fault.
And I do not. I'm sorry. If you're going to criticize Dak Prescott and Mike McCarthy for their lack of offense, how do you give Moore a pass? He calls the stinking plays. Sean Golden don't get no pass when Alabama does bad on defense. And I think he maybe just wanted to move on. I don't think... I mean, Saban might have kept him.
Well, he's going for the same position at Ole Miss. Talking about Golden.
I just think of less pressure. Alabama's a lot of pressure.
Oh, yeah, they want to win national championships. And if you don't come in like 1, 2, 3, get it right, and we're going to win titles here, then...
I mean, they can wear on a man. I don't think O'Brien cares. I don't mean that bad. I don't think O'Brien cares if he gets heat.
Well, he's been involved in the NFL and high level, and Saban's been doing it so long.
Yeah.
It's just...
I mean, O'Brien, the fans don't like him.
I don't care. So you got my check ready? We won 11 games.
Who did they like?
Hello? We won 11 games.
Yeah.
I think we won the SEC last year. Hello?
Yeah.
You want me to go? Okay.
Yeah. I can live.
All right, Belichick. clean out my desk over there. I'm coming your way. Okay. So he'll be at New England.
Yeah.
What about this, Dean? You're going to like this one. Well, you like underdog story, don't you?
Sometimes. Not in March Madness, though. I like for the team that's supposed to win it to win.
Beamer Ball.
South Carolina.
They're legit coming in this year.
No,
Y'all be careful. Okay? Don't count them to have a bad season. Spurs up, that's what they say. 16th overall recruiting.
Wow.
Number 19th class, 26 transfers. They were 80th last year. 80.
And they've gone up to 16.
Yeah.
Yeah, they'll be good.
Linares Sellers.
That's a catch.
Quarterback. South Florence, South Carolina. 6'3", 217 pounds. This kid, 4A state champ. He is 150 passes completed out of 250, 3,000 passing, 45 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, 1,400 rushing. Linares Sellers.
Now, where's he from again?
South Florence, South Carolina. South Florence.
I've been to Florence, South Carolina.
He
Kyle
plays
Davis
up there.
used to live up there.
100. His QB rating in the state game, 127.
Pretty good.
Hello.
Look,
Is this mic working? Hello.
Oh, come on, guys.
Is this mic working? His QBR was 127.
You got to see this replay they're doing. They're saying it wasn't a catch.
5 touchdowns, 2 rushing touchdowns versus Northwestern in the state game. They won 52-30, December the 4th. 1,700 student population. Points for and against in this South Florence team. So I want to check into. We see how good he is, but who's he playing? Let's do a little bit of that Arch Manning. They scored 714 points this year. They have allowed 225 points. They were 15-0 in the season. This is Linares Sellers, quarterback. He will be at South Carolina, playing behind Rattler. The teams that they played against records were 5-7, 12-2, 3-8, 8-5, 8-4, 7-5, 5-6, 5-7, 2-9, and then the playoffs teams they beat were 11-2, 11-2, 13-1.
So they beat. They got a pretty good resume.
Wendell Gregory, he's committed to 4-star Friday to Beamer. Wendell Gregory, linebacker. He also had offers from Tennessee and for Auburn. He is from the state of Georgia, number 22 linebacker in the nation. He can sign in December of this year. With Green and Johnson gone and Makoba, Williams will be up next in position for linebackers at South Carolina. Northwestern High School wide receiver Elijah Caldwell going to South Carolina. Anderson and McLeod and Uzazula added to this lineup.
Uzazula.
They're going to be hard to deal with. An athlete, Nyckoles, Nicholas Harbor, defensive superstar, class of this year 23. He has offers from Michigan and from Maryland. He is also looking to go to South Carolina. He plays at Archbishop Carroll High School. Population 500 students.
Sounds like a school around here. Or just some, not any particular, but 500. I mean,
9 through 12. That's center.
Yeah.
Like Cherokee County.
Yeah. Piedmont.
They won
Piedmont's smaller than that.
the 2A WCAS title 41-28 over in overtime against Paul High School, the 6th, like St. Paul.
St. Paul.
This is DC.
Oh, okay. Well, I've never heard much about DC football. I
They
really
got
haven't.
No, they got
I would
some
say
pretty
they're
players.
good.
They were down 21-7 at the half to come back and win. Quarterback, junior Tyson Helm. Michael Smith, class of 2024, 4-star tight end from Savannah, Georgia, going to South Carolina, picking there over Alabama, Florida, Ohio State, Tennessee. 6'4", 225. Michael Smith graduates, not this year, but next. Transfer, Trey Knox, Arkansas. He's going to be tight end.
Be a good
That's
one.
South Carolina, yeah. They did lose now to Notre Dame in the Gator Bowl, 45-38.
I'm sorry. I'm looking to see if they caught this ball.
That's South Carolina.
They went 8-5. Beat Tennessee and Clemson.
So there's your Beamer Ball.
They
Now,
nearly beat Notre Dame.
last on the list, but not least, all you Auburn fans, hope you tuned in and listened. Appreciate y'all coming by. Hit the subscribe button because lots of recruits were on campus this weekend at Auburn and at Bama too. Saturday was their recruiting day. On-campus wide receivers Cameron Coleman, class of 24 wide receiver from Phoenix City. Offensive tackle Chase Malaya from North Palm Beach, Florida. Defensive end Jeffrey Rush, defensive end from Mississippi. And quarterback Antoine Hill from class of 25. Warner Robbins.
Warner Robbins, what a great team.
Antoine Hill, quarterback. Remember him. He'll be coming to be a junior when they come back to school after the summer. And defensive lineman Malachi Harris, which you know him, he's from Anniston, the big guy.
Yeah. No,
And
gosh, they had some good players.
Here's some guys. Now, these are Auburn's list now. Number one recruit right now, a guy named they call Fat. Jamarian Burnett, running back, Andalusia.
No, see, they're number one.
Number one guy.
Wow.
Number 17 guy class right now. They have 21 signees. Auburn's number 17 on the list. They're right in there with South Carolina. This is a tremendous job in recruiting for Hugh Freeze to come in this quick and to add
Oh, he's good.
21 signees.
Yeah.
They had nobody.
Yeah.
Nobody. And 8 top 4-star guys, including, this is a surprise, I didn't know this. I thought he was going to Tennessee. Sylvester Smith from Munford.
Yes.
Run around here, run crazy, run on center.
I
he
think
was just
Caleb Hayes said he had 268 yards
you couldn't catch him.
rushing.
He couldn't do nothing with him. Sylvester Smith, Auburn. He was going to Tennessee. He's going to play safety.
So he's changed his mind now, huh?
And, well, Hugh Freeze. And
Not Tennessee.
Montgomery Catholic's finest,
Yeah.
Jeremiah Cobb.
Oh, well, yeah, he's a good one.
He's. I think he's already done his paperwork.
He's a D1.
6'4", 195. Hank Brown, 3-star quarterback from Lipscomb Academy. You know about
They're
them.
great.
He's the number 68 in the nation quarterback. This guy's in the top 70. He's 6'4", 195. He coming from the portal.
Right.
That Lipscomb Academy, they're pretty good, and that's where
There's Dilfer,
that's where
who's at UAB now.
Yeah, he's at UAB now, where he was at Lipscomb. So he brought a player down to the state of Alabama, but the kid goes to Auburn.
Fired everybody on staff
Yeah,
at UAB. I mean,
Paul Bear Bryant Jr. was loving that because they hate you know Bear hated UAB. Like they didn't like the whole idea of the whole. You know about that? Right?
Yeah,
That story.
yeah.
32 players, Dean, have been added to War Eagle. 18 high schools from high schools and 2 junior colleges and 12 transfers.
I remember what it was I had to tell you.
There's your college news. South Carolina, don't sleep on them. Auburn, they're not going to be terrible.
No, not with Freeze. I wouldn't think so. And Freeze, and you keep Cadillac on the staff. He's obviously an inspiration to a lot of guys, and just having that guy around. Freeze can coach, but if he just has that guy by his side, it's going to be a plus to him.
Sure. Oh, yeah.
And the news I was going to tell you, Thomas was probably might not be playing for Georgia. Felony false imprisonment charges.
Thank you, Coach Short. We enjoy you coming by. Always good to see you.
So that's,
Yes.
I don't know if that translates into being able to start the next season. And he may get out of it. It may not be. He may be innocent.
Yeah, I hope so.
But,
Well, it works out for the young man.
yeah.
Thank you, Coach Short. Good show. And Jeff Anderson says that Beamer was at Carrollton High School this week.
Well, you know who he was looking at. Julian Lewis.
You say who?
Juju. Well, he may not. He's not the only good player.
No, they got a bunch.
Yeah.
Guys, that's about all I can stand.
And I did find out. Okay, one more thing. You asked me the other day why Kirby Smart landed in model. They do have a lineman that's being looked at.
There you go.
Yeah. So I was wrong. I said, I've not heard of anybody. But I'm a skill player guy. I'm talking about I pay attention to the skills. And but you got to have the big guys.
Without them, it don't work.
It don't work.
None of it works.
And
without us fatties.
There's one there.
You got to have us fat boys. Sorry, quarterbacks, running backs, looking pretty. It's on us. Without us, they ain't no you.
There's one there, apparently.
Okay.
That's colleges are showing interest.
Good show, Dean.
Yes, sir.
Let's kick it out. Got a little snack here. Watch some Joe Burrow, see if they can drive down the field here. Finish up Bengals and Chiefs, and there's another sack by the Chiefs. And they are punting now. 4th and 24.
Chiefs look good. They
They're
look good early.
Their
It's early.
defense, there's like Joe Burrow's going to say, I don't care what you say. The Chiefs' defense they're great.
Well, I mean,
all Mahomes got to do is manage this and don't do nothing stupid and throw the ball away.
it's hard to beat a coach.
Just be cool.
It's hard to beat Mahomes 4 times in a row. Nobody's done it.
There's your list. My offensive coordinators: Jason Garrett, Jeff Levy, Cliff Kingsbury, Brady Kitchens, Greg Roman, and Joe Brady. There's a short list for Alabama offense coach. If you're asking us, which I know Coach Saban watches the show, Saban, we appreciate you watching. There's your list. Pick one of those guys out. And
Joe Brady, Jeremy Pruitt. That may be it.
There's Ben. He showed up on here. Jeremiah's Hurd, 6'8", 285. So they're looking at the model.
Okay.
Why didn't I ask him? He would know.
Who?
Ben.
Oh.
No. Ben
Sorry, Benton.
We should have asked him. Well, I'm sorry. I apologize. We should.
Well, I told Matt, I was like, I can't imagine him looking at, and nothing against model, but I mean, let's just face it. They don't have 5 stars coming out of there every week.
No.
And, I mean, nor Armurchie, nor Chattooga, nor a lot of teams in that region. It's a 2A region. It's not huge schools. And so I just kind of I was like, Matt, they're not looking at nobody in model. I was completely wrong, and I apologize.
And congratulations to Jeremiah's Hurd from model. That's who they're looking at. So, all right, guys, let's get off here and watch the game. All right, y'all have a good evening, and keep your heads clear and your hearts full of God as always, and we'll see you through the week. We'll give some scores and highlights from this, and I'll be out at Spring Garden, I think, tomorrow night. Check out the girls against model while we're talking about model.
Yeah, model.
All right, thank you, Ben, for coming by.
But they did have a girl start on South Carolina's championship, national championship team.
Keep your heads clear and your hearts full of God again. Next week, we'll talk about the Super Bowl.
Oh, and tonight was 175, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Super Bowl next week.
Yes, sir.
And we'll have some guests coming in a few weeks.
Come on.
Some good, big time, big guests.
Super Bowl, or will we?
Yeah. We watched
It'll be
last
earlier,
year.
right?
Yeah, I think we went on like at 4.
Yeah.
We went from 4 to 5:30, and then watched the game at 6 or 7.
Yeah.
Well, the game's not until 7 or 8 anyway.
Yeah, I thought we did, but I just knew we did it earlier.
All right, guys, thank y'all. Hit the subscribe button. It's very easy, and it's free. Dean, tell them. Hey, how hard is it to subscribe?
Just hit the button.
Just hit the button.
I'm just excited about that Applebee's. All you can eat for $14.99.
Let's go right now. We'll meet y'all at Applebee's. Thank y'all. Have a good week.
Y'all have a good week.